And then I
Mhm.
realized, oh, you're not meant to sit there and watch it. You're meant to just put it on the side monitor, and
Mhm.
do something else and listen to it. I was like, it was revolutionary. Like,
Yeah.
16-year-old finds out that podcasting exists. It's like, because
Yeah.
I'm not downloading the podcast app as a kid. Like,
Mhm.
I'm downloading, what was I playing? Fruit Ninja.
Yeah. They did an
Everyone had
immersion
Fruit
with Fruit
Ninja.
Ninja, which was super cool too. Yeah. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Dual Hemisphere Hangout. My name is Luke, and join with me each and every week. I do have my lovely co-host Jake. Jake, my man, say hello to the people.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing? How are we doing on a somber week for every English man, an English woman, an English child, and everyone else the rest of the world that are constantly rooting against Argentina?
Not been a great week.
Oh man, no, yeah, it's been a very somber week. Nothing much has happened. Oh man, I mean, even well, it's looking sunny now. At least the sun is coming out.
Nice.
We've been battered by a tropical storm for the past 2 days, and it's been a bit
Okay.
wild walking to work because I've been having to take second pairs of clothes into work in a carrier bag,
Oh
like
wow.
in a shopping bag,
Mm.
just because I need to get changed at work because I'm getting drenched, absolutely drenched.
Oof.
But that aside, we don't really have much structure for this podcast.
Yeah.
It's been a although a somber week and a pretty mundane week, it's been a very busy week for the both
Yeah.
of us. So we haven't had
Very
time
much
to
so.
plan much. But what we do have is we have a question of the day, sported by Luke this time. We No one in streams had any input, and if you always have an input, you can always leave it in the comments or drop in one of the streams. But Luke has taken the reins this time round and has put, "Who are your favorite content creators?" We could say this year, I guess. We'll put it on a time frame because my YouTube goes all the way back to 2008. 2008,
Oh
I
wow.
think. Yeah, so or maybe
Yeah.
10, somewhere around there. So there's
Mm.
there's a whole load. I've gone through many
Yeah.
evolutions, and then we've got a few talking points. I can officially reveal to Luke the brand new series that will be coming out tomorrow. As at the point of recording, as the time of upload, it will have been yesterday. We will indulge in a bit of World Cup bullshittery, and we've got a couple of other points to talk about. It's not big gaming news, but Bethesda have given us a little crumb of information around the Fallout series. And Luke did a book haul that he's wanting to show off. So you've all got to be nice to Luke when he shows us his book haul. So, um, but I suppose we could start with your week, Luke, and then mine, because mine will
Yeah.
immediately lead into the World Cup
Yeah.
divulgence. So
Hmm.
take it away.
Yeah. So like I said last podcast, my week up to that point, my Sunday to Friday, was pretty mundane. Nothing much going on. All the action happened on the weekend, and that action did occur. So yeah, I have moved my good friend into my place, and we that was fun. I mean, fun is a stretch, but it was an adventure. So we first things first, we had to get a U-Haul, which was fun. So I drove up there. I got about after I ended the podcast with Jake, which was about midnight, actually probably more closer to 1. I can't remember what time we
Yeah,
ended
it was closer
our
to 1 a.m.
stream
I
and
told you
the
to go to bed.
yeah, yeah. I think I slept shut my eyes for about 3 hours, got in the car, drove up, got the U-Haul. We I actually loaded the stuff up, then drove back down. By the time we got back down, the storage unit place we were putting a lot of their stuff in closed in like 10 minutes. And I just beat it, so they had to lock me in. So I unloaded it, which was fine. Honestly, I think I've done this so many times, like it's not even like it's just part of the norm. I just have to mentally prepare myself for it now at this point. Like, I mean, we packed it up. That took the longest part, but I mean, getting that crap out of the U-Haul took me 45 minutes to put it in there, like everything. Like, I mean, it was like 2 couches, bed frames, dressers, tables, like clothes, a bunch of stuff. But, I mean, it was a one-bedroom, one-bathroom apartment that was fully furnished with stuff from their childhood because they left from their childhood home a couple years back, and, they kept most of its stuff, and then, as an adult, you accumulate a lot of stuff,
Yeah, you do.
and then you have to and then sometimes it's as much as it pains you to get rid of stuff, you gotta get rid of some stuff, but then a lot of the times you think about it, you're like, "Man, I'm gonna probably use this stuff." I am just the type of person that is very wired very differently where I'm just like, "I'll just buy it again." It's a very bad money concept, but I'm very much like, "Don't care."
Yeah, if I haven't
You
seen an
know?
item in, like,
Yeah.
a couple of months or maybe, like,
Mhm.
even further to, like, a year,
Yeah.
that thing's going. It's either going in a charity shop,
Mhm.
into a charity bag, or
Yeah.
it's going in the bin if I've never seen it before.
Yeah,
Like, if it's clothing,
exactly.
I'll always, like, try and donate it. But the problem
Mhm.
is I wear my clothing to a point where there's holes in it. It's like you can't
Yeah.
donate it. I've used it for
No,
gardening
absolutely
and
not.
garage work. But yeah, I'm with you on that one. I do not hoard anything. Saying that, I've got a lot of
Yeah.
like collectible stuff, but I wouldn't class this as like
Mhm.
hoarding. This has like monetary
No.
value that will increase.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's just like, I mean, I don't know. I think about it like this. It's just like, for me, it was like when I was moving out of my house that I moved was living in before I went to Florida. A lot of the stuff I'm just like, my I left it to my roommate, like in the mindset, like my roommate at the time was like, yeah, man, just keep all the stuff like that you want. If you don't want it, I'll take it out. It's fine. But I'm like stuff like brooms and like, brooms, vacuums, like little small stuff. I'm like, I'll go buy one like a trash can. Like again, when I moved back into this place, it was very much of like, oh yeah, I forgot I got rid of all that shit. I need to go rebuy it. So, going to buy a damn shower curtain, going to buy a trash can, a broom, a mop, trash bags, just stuff you don't think you need, like a toilet bowl scrubber, a plunger, uh towel rack, a towel, like a mat to for the bathroom, so when you step out of the shower, you don't get water all over the fucking place. Little shit like that where I'm just like trash it, trash it, trash it, trash it, trash it. But then I had to rebuy it. So I mean, it is what it is. But but it wasn't that bad. I mean, honestly, it was actually a pretty solid move. All things considered. And yeah, it was nice that we have the storage unit, so we are able to put their stuff in there because it's not going to fit in here. So when this lease ends in February, at least, we'll weigh our options and see what we want to do. But yeah, it's exciting. So
Not
it's nice
another
to
move.
have.
No,
Yeah,
not
like if
another one.
I know, but if it's it would be like we would need a bigger place.
Yeah,
It is a little
this one
cramped.
was always temporary, right? It was more of a knee jerk reaction
Well,
from what happened beforehand.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it was like this one was a little like a knee jerk. Just needed to get a place, but it's also kind of like, I really like this place, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But that's a
Is there
topic for another
any
day.
like
Um,
is there any bigger places like nearby?
yeah, they're the company that rents all these places out. There's like four other locations, like relatively close by. So, I would probably want to stay with them, but I don't know if there's
Yeah.
any on the beach side, which is my biggest thing. I don't want to have to walk across the street to go to the beach. I want to be right on the beach, and so that's kind of like the only nail in the coffin. I'm like, do we need all that stuff? But it's fine.
It could stay in the storage unit.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We could film our own episode of Storage Wars or something like that. I don't know.
I'm coming to buy it, Luke. I'll
Yeah,
pay
there you
you
go. Have fun
$10.
with it. I'll give it to you for 3. But overall, like it's been nice. It's nice to not be alone as much. So it's nice to have company. But it's also kind of weird too. Like it's not a negative thing. It's just again getting used to having someone there, right? Like having Josie every once in a while is like fine because she's a dog. you know, you
Yep.
don't have to worry. But you just need to take it out, walk it, love it, let it shit, and feed it. I mean that's the basic necessity as a dog, um and with a person it's totally different. You can't just take a person outside and say, all right, go outside and go to the bathroom. All right, let's come on.
Now go to bed.
But
Shut up and lay down.
yeah, yeah, but it's been good. I'm very happy. It's been a good time, so I can't complain. Um, but yeah, that was a long weekend, but we recovered. My back was a little sore. The work week was solid. Again, nothing eventful, which we're always happy for when everything is uneventful. So that's always good. That means it was just a normal week. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much my week. The only other thing that I did go book shopping yesterday. So I'll show you guys the books I got. I don't I've been wanting to the reason why I got these books is I like to read. I do a lot of my reading on my phone. I do like audiobooks and stuff like that. But it's like, you know what? I want to like pick up I just want to walk into a bookstore and like just bookshop and just look at the books, read the back of the page, read a couple like pages in the book, and like just buy a book. Like, because I feel like when you don't do that, when you go to read like books online, like you just read the reviews and da da da, da, then you're swayed. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just go book shopping. So I got a couple books. I bought 4 books, so I'm very excited. So this book I got is called A Study in Drowning. It's actually pretty cool. I don't know if you guys can
Okay.
see it,
N-
but
Number
yeah, it's
one New York
basically
Times
about
bestseller.
yeah. So basically, from what I gathered from it, it's literally just it's like mystery. It's like magical kind of stuff. I'm really into fantasy books, so I got that one. I got this one, Renegades. It's also like it gives me like very cyberpunky vibes.
Yep.
Like futuristic world, like what's it called? Not Ready Player One kind of vibes, stuff like that. Tron kind of vibes.
Yep.
I've never been much of a science fiction reader, but this one kind of just caught my eye. The cover really caught my eye, and the story synopsis. So, speaking of cyberpunk, I did get the first novelization of Cyberpunk.
No, holy
I
moly.
am I'm a big cyberpunk fan. There's a great show on Netflix called Cyberpunk Edge Runners, which is again set in the world of cyberpunk that runs alongside of the story. And it's made by by a widely good science fiction author. I can't. His name is um Rafal Kosick. He's famous for some reason. I don't know, but he writes a lot of cool
Cool.
science fiction books. And then this one really caught my eye. And the only reason why I bought this is because there's one little thing in here. It's called "A Songs of Legends Lost." And what really caught me was it was someone said a great story narrative. Just think like, Final Fantasy mixed with a little bit of Assassin's Creed. And I heard Assassin's Creed and I said,
Oh god.
I'll buy it. So I'm currently reading this one. I'm about 2 chapters in. Um, it's interesting. I mean, they're really doing a lot of setup. A lot of these books are like first in like a series of like 4 or 5 or something like that. Like these bigger fantasy books. So like the first half of a book is always like the setup for the plot. But I've been wanting to challenge myself to read a little bit more this year. That was kind of like one of my goals I wanted to set for myself. And I figured if I'm gonna drop $40 on books, I should read it. So
Yep. It's fair enough.
yep. Yep. That's one way to get you to do something is spend money on it.
That's why people pay for the gym. 'Cause an
Exactly.
extortionate amounts of gym because it makes you go. It's like, well, I've got to get my
Yes.
money's worth.
Yes, very much so. But how has your week been?
Oh, trying to think what's actually happened. Um, so on the run up to what was Thursday morning for me or Wednesday morning for Wednesday evening for Luke and the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Um, no, there's just been a standard work issue, a lot of
Mhm.
stress over
Yeah.
And then even more stress as we break into the midweek rumblings. I on
Mhm,
Wednesday I leave work early. I I'm in bed for 7 p.m. with the alarm
mhm,
set for 2 a.m. I get up at 2 a.m., put on the FaceTime call, get the game up, and you know what? For 60 minutes, we look like world beaters. We look like world beaters, man.
mhm.
This was the first 30 minutes. I would say Argentina didn't know what hit them. They were
Yeah.
they were a bit lost. They were getting frustrated. We were man marking the key players. Messi was having probably the worst game of his career. He
Yes.
honestly, I think he touched the ball 14 times, and of those 14 times, he lost the ball 14 times. Um,
Yes.
didn't complete a single dribble. Most of his passes went wide, so it's like we were containing really well. They had a couple of shots, but like that first half was just
Mhm,
nerves, ball play in the middle of the park. No shots, no nothing. Just no saves, no on targets. Coming to the second half, a bit more of the same. Argentina came out with a bit more intensity, I would say, but then that got quelled, and then we hit them on the counter attack and scored a goal in like the 55th minute. And I was like, you know what?
mhm.
Now's the time. They need to come to us. Both of their defenders were on yellow cards at the time, I believe. So it's
Yeah.
like, right, so they can't put any big challenges in. Get get the fast men on, get them sitting on their defenders at the back, and just lump it up. Just kick the ball over the field. One of them will do a shirt pull, or they'll get a really dodgy tackle. You'll be one on one. It'll be a straight red card, and we can start managing the game then. But unfortunately, the manager decided that I don't know why to just park the bus and
Yeah.
and invite the pressure on. And I mean, it worked versus Mexico, and it worked to a certain degree versus Norway. Um,
Yeah.
so I can't blame him for those tactics, but I feel like going defensive in the 70th, like 75th minute when we
Mhm.
haven't touched the ball in over, like honestly, I think it was 16% possession after our goal for
Oh,
us.
wow.
So I feel like it was just tactically wrong. That being said, I think the referee actually did a decent job. Like
Yeah.
credit where credit is due, and I'm not saying
Mhm.
this as like because I have seen some replays post the game, and I was like, maybe it could have gone in our favor. That first, what was it, third minute where one of their midfielders absolutely clatters into the back of us and like whacks the back of his head. Yes, should that have been a yellow? Yes. Do I agree that the referee probably didn't give him a yellow because it was too early on in the game? Probably. I've seen it happen before. I've seen the mentality of the referees in that situation. In my mind, if it's a foul and it's worthy of a yellow, it doesn't matter if it happens in the first minute or the 90th minute. You give them a yellow. Um, I
Exactly.
feel like that would have changed the game a bit more because they were being really, really dirty in the first half. They should have got at least 3 yellow cards. They didn't. And then somehow we do one challenge where Messi throws himself into our player and we get a yellow card. And then
That's about right.
since the first one came out, all the other ones started coming out. That being said, though, Argentina threw on 5 attackers like you have to do in the 10th minute, in the last 10 minutes, and they scored twice. And
Yeah.
it was it was all down to our own tactics, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Did the better team win? Probably. I can't say that
Mhm.
England played really well, but it
Yeah.
was typical heartbreak for England, giving me
Yeah.
hope and then ripping it out from underneath me. But
Yeah.
that being said, Spain did beat France. Like I told my dad, I was being cussed out in my family chat saying because they were like,
Mhm.
"There's no way France is going to lose to Spain," and they got battered. Um,
Yeah.
so the rest of the world at this point in time, I mean, no one's watching the game tonight. Don't if you are going to watch it, don't support
Yeah.
FIFA's money grabbing third place
Yeah.
games. No one's watching that. Um,
Yeah.
but if you're going to watch the World Cup final, I'm pretty sure 90% of the world are all Spanish. So,
Yep.
vamos España.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think I'm pulling for Spain in that one. Yeah, I mean, It was tough. I mean, like, I was pulling for you guys a lot. I didn't realize, God, for some, you would think they would have put the semis on at, like, 4 or 5, not, like, 3 in the afternoon. So I missed, um, like, the first half, so I didn't wanna, like, start in the middle of the game, so I watched it from the very beginning, which is why I messaged Jake, like, 40 minutes after the fact, which he's like, "Alright, sorry you have to relive this," but,
Yep.
um, but, yeah, I mean, in retrospect, I think I don't have a problem with the officiating. I think the officiating was fine. I mean, yeah, I did not like all the yellow cards you guys were getting towards the end. I thought that was like, all right, at this point, you just gotta let them play. Um, but I don't. I feel like this is what FIFA wanted. I think FIFA's really just pulling. I don't want to say like pulling the strings necessarily, but like FIFA wants Argentina to be in the final. They want Messi to win, so Messi can go out on top because it's a good story. Yada yada yada. They can submit him as the goat because, to be fair, FIFA doesn't really like Maradona. That's like, or is that the next, like, the guy who's Messi's only
The hand of
competition is
God.
Maradona, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, FIFA and Maradona have a really great relationship, so they probably want to put their poster boy of soccer to make him, quote unquote, the goat. So and we all know FIFA in the most disrespectful way possible. Not nicest, because I don't give a fuck, but in the
No.
most disrespectful way possible. They're a joke, and they're the most corrupt sports organization in the entire world. Like, it's bad. Um,
It's really
but
bad.
I will say, at least it's not another rematch. I'm actually happy Spain did pull off the win, because I would not have sat through another France Argentina World Cup final. I would not have. I would have been like, this is ridiculous. I don't want to see this. Um, and yeah, the Spain game was good. I mean, yeah, France just looked like they didn't belong. Spain was just in another league right then and there, and I mean, I'm be turning in the final. I'm gonna be rooting for Spain. I just hope it's a good game. I just hope it's not super boring, because Spain is the type of team that, when they get the lead, they play very, very defensive. They don't really pressure, like most soccer teams are typically, play that way once they get their goal up. But Spain's also the type that would do that. If they scored in the 10th minute, Spain would be like, all right, we're parking the bus for 80 minutes. And that's just not a fun game to watch for anyone. So I hope it's a good game. But it's definitely not the final I wanted. But
Nah. I
it's
mean,
FIFA. So what can you
I'm
say?
just glad that, well, the speaking of corruption and controversy, it didn't happen
Oh,
in the game,
that's
for
true.
England Argentina. It happened after the game. Uh,
Mhm.
so the Argentinian boys decided to display some political messages on flags being thrown in from the crowd regarding the Falkland Islands. And FIFA have pretty clear rules on this, that there is
Yeah.
no politics to be done in football whatsoever. The usual punishable offence of this, of any players that are involved in this type of parading, is a one
Mhm.
match ban. Guess who was holding one of the flags at the end of the game? Our friend
Go
Lionel
ahead.
Messi. Um, so FIFA have actually said that they're looking at it, and they've said that they've found punishable action. But as the corruption continues, it'll be reviewed after the final.
Of
So
course.
four key Argentinian, I was going to say Australian players. Come on, Aussie in the final.
Hey,
Hey, look,
Socceroos.
our prime minister said that if we won it, we'd get a full week off.
Oh,
Not a
shit.
day,
Well,
a week.
oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, it
That's
would
all
have
I can
been.
say.
It would have been. Um, but yeah, four of their key players, including Lionel Messi, were all holding up those flags. They should not be eligible to play in the final.
Yeah.
But here we are again. But I've also heard that the CEO of FIFA, I can't pronounce his name, Giorgentino something or other, he is going to be ousted after this World Cup because of the
Yep.
past two World Cups. They are not
Yeah.
happy with him. UEFA, which is like the secondary body of
European.
football in Europe, they are really not happy with it all. Especially with I think we were touching on this last time, Luke, when after the World Cup ended, the game ended, podcast ended, and we were talking about the next World Cup, how it's being hosted in Spain, Morocco, and Portugal,
Portugal.
but the South American teams all get a home game in Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay. Why are we hosting in? I've got no issue with hosting in three countries close to another.
Smaller
We've got
countries. Yeah.
Argentina, we've got Mexico, US, Canada. That's fine. Spain, Portugal, Morocco, they're all very, very close to one another. It's fine. They've all got really good infrastructure for football. Why are we then transporting a couple of the games to give home advantage to South American teams?
Yeah.
Not like we had a World Cup in Brazil, a couple of World Cups back. We've just had one conjoined in Mexico. What
Mhm.
at this point, why don't we just say, well, the World Cup is just played around the world. So if it's England versus US and England are the home team, why not play it at Wembley? And then say it's
Yeah.
US versus Australia in the second game. Why not play it? Well, US are the home team, so let's play it in Washington. It's like, well, what's the point of a host nation if you're not
Yeah.
gonna play it in the host nation? It's just
Yeah, and it's
beyond me.
just
Sorry.
it's baffling, and no, you're right. No, no, I'm sorry. I mean, you said that, and I started getting mad the more you were speaking.
I can feel my voice going up in levels. It's really, really annoying
Yeah,
me.
it's very upsetting because yeah, it's kind of defeats the purpose of doing that because again, like I mean, it really is like it's a disadvantage for the non South American teams, right? Like, could you imagine playing a game in Portugal and then going to Brazil, which is or like Argentina, which I don't think is in a different hemisphere, where you're going 6 hours, 7 hours back to play a game on a home court against a South American team that you have no business that has no business being there. Like it's just it's unfortunate. I would hate to see like let's just say for example like a team like Italy finally gets back into the World Cup, right? And they get grouped into a group with a South American team, and they got to fly from Portugal to freaking Colombia or something like that, and their players are exhausted because they're playing in a different area, they're traveling 8 hours at a time, go play a group match game, right?
Yeah.
So, which is good. I hope they do oust them, and then that way they can. I feel like they could intervene because are 4 years out and make the accommodations a little bit better. Because I mean, Lord, they've announced Qatar as the World Cup nation the last World Cup, and they were building stadiums up to 6 months before the game
Yeah.
started. So, like they can, because they were saying like if these stadiums aren't built, they're going to pull them out and host it somewhere else. So I'm hopeful that they can make those changes to make it better because I like that. I like Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. I think that's cool.
I don't
So
mind sharing the host. This never used to be a
yeah,
thing. And the only reason why they do it now is because the World Cup is it always has been massive, but at its current stage is huge. And
it's huge. Yeah,
you saw the games this time round, man, Luke.
yeah,
Like, even just like a random game on a Tuesday between two
hmm
teams that are usually not going to make it out of the group stages.
yeah,
The stadium was packed. I mean, the US is set for it, right? Each state
yeah,
has like at least two stadiums that are above
yeah,
30,000 in capacity. Like
yeah.
the US is probably the most equipped
Adapt.
nation to
Yeah,
hold this tournament. Like even the UK, we've got hundreds of stadiums, but not at the size that the US have got them.
yeah,
Um, so like I can understand now having to split between nations because
mhm,
usually the team that is the biggest in their region will
mhm,
have a huge stadium. Look at Madrid and Barcelona, man. Both of those have
yeah,
got capacities touching 100,000. I mean, Lisbon has, I think, 60, 70,000.
yeah,
I don't know where Morocco is getting their big stadium from. They'll have a national stadium, but I don't know
yeah,
how big the the Moroccan league is.
yeah.
Uh,
No,
I'm,
it's not very
I'm
big.
not, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie. I don't know. I don't know with that one,
yeah.
but yeah, it's pissing me off It's really fucking pissing me off.
Yeah. I fucking hate FIFA.
I
I will
really
say the
do.
one good I will say the one good thing, and I will get tip my and I don't tip my hat off to EA often, but I love how EA said, "Fuck your name. We don't need it."
Yep.
And dropped it, and there nothing's happened. Like, and they still get all the licensing to most leagues, and they're getting more they're basically taking everything back, and basically now everything that FIFA would give them would literally just be the World Cup. The point where that's all they needed FIFA for was for a World Cup. So,
And the World
like,
Cup
they
had
don't
a
need it.
separate game anyway, if I remember correctly. They tried
Yeah,
doing that and it
it did.
flopped because
Yeah, it was like it
why
had
would
like
I play
FIFA 12
that?
graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah, like come on now.
But yeah, that's then for the rest of the week.
Yeah, sorry.
uh, no, because that effectively encompassed everything.
Yeah.
Friday was a bit boring. Didn't manage. I wanted to finish work early, but I didn't. And now I've been watching the. Luckily, I've got loads of things to take my mind off the World Cup because around
Good.
July is the best sporting month of
Mhm.
the year, and I'm very happy to be born in it. Because we had Silverstone at the start of the year for Formula One. We have Wimbledon, which is like the number one tennis tournament. We obviously have the World Cup, or if that be a Euros, is usually around this time as well, unless we host it in again like Saudi Arabia, where they're going to have to put it in the winter. Um, but we also have Spa this weekend for the F1, which I'm really looking forward to, and it's Call of Duty World Championships, which I it'll lead us lovely into like a little bit of gaming news because I've been following Call of Duty for God knows how long. That's how my YouTube
Yeah.
started. Like I started
Mhm.
making Call of Duty content, um,
Mhm.
which was wild, and I've privated all of it because I don't want anyone to see it anymore. I mean, the montages are cool, but the commentaries are not good, not good.
Yeah.
But the Call of Duty World Championships is on, so I always try and tune into that. It's not as a big event anymore because of franchising. So there's only like 8 teams instead of what there used to be is like 64 teams. And there was like a
Oh wow.
open amateur bracket, which was really cool.
Mm.
But that being said, we also got some small gaming news, like I alluded to at the start of this podcast, which was I don't know if are you a big Fallout player, Luke?
I am actually. Um, I was for Fallout 4. That was my first and only Fallout I ever played. Great introduction. So yeah, that's awesome. But my good friend Chris is like the biggest Fallout nerd ever. Like he's played them all. He plays 76 religiously. He played like there's like a mod out for Fallout 4, or Fallout 3, I think remastered that he plays all the time as well. So yeah, he really loves it. So I am by proxy a fan of Fallout because of him.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, I've never really completed any of them, but I've done
Yeah.
like maybe 50 to 100 hours in. I've got all of
Okay.
them. I've got like Fallout 4, New Vegas, Fallout 3,
Mhm.
because they're always on sale, especially on Steam
Yeah.
sales. Like you can always pick them up for like $5, and it's
Yeah.
and it's like okay, I might as well buy it because why not? And then I never play
Yeah.
them. They're just a bit too long for me, but that's the whole point.
That's fair.
Like
Yep.
the whole point of them is it's meant to be like world building and all these different divulging paths. But yeah, we have got nuggets that they're going to remake New Vegas and Free, which I will never commit to playing a game ever again, but I would like to play them in more detailed graphics. I'm not saying that the PC scene doesn't really need it, like you said. There's mods to bring it up to like 1440p and upscale textures and whatnot. But Fallout 5 has been announced or
Yeah.
is in pre-production, which means what? It'll be out in like 2029, something like that.
Yeah, with Bethesda, probably like 2032.
Yeah. So when did they announce like Skyrim? Wasn't it that they announced Skyrim like 5 years before it like five
Dude,
originally
they
came
they
out?
announced Elder they announced Elder Scrolls 6 in 2019. It's been 7 years and we haven't seen anything.
I
Like
mean,
nothing.
for a company they kind of shot themselves in the foot because
Yeah.
every game they bring out has to be this massive, expansive universe with endless possibilities, and it's like, how the hell do you
Oh
make a
yeah.
game like that, and when do you announce it? Like, when,
Yeah.
at what point in the development do you go, okay, we can actually tell them that we're making it now? It's a bit, it's a bit scary.
Yeah, it's yeah, I mean, it's yeah, but Bethesda kinda they've fallen from grace a little bit, unfortunately, for them, due to, like, Starfield's reception. I mean, apparently Starfield's gotten better with updates, which again, it's getting, like, the Cyberpunk No Man's Sky treatment, where it's better after 2 or 3 years of being in development with updates. Um But yeah, but the thing is, like Bethesda, unfortunately, their games sequels take 8 to 10 years to come out, and unlike GTA, for example, while GTA is on a 13-year like in between, they don't fall off. They every single time they come out with a game, it comes out and it's foolproof and it's great. And I know a lot of the remasters haven't been great. I even Fallout 4, well, it was good at the time, was not this massively celebrated game at launch. Starfield was definitely not that, and, I worry for Fallout 5. Fallout 76 had an awful, messy launch as well. So, like, they've kind of fallen from, like, that gold standard kind of video, game, companies that produce games, like, I think like, the main ones that I think of, like, in those top tier echelons, obviously, is Rockstar. I think of Sony Santa Monica, the studio that puts out God of War,
Yeah,
Insomniac, obviously Nintendo. Even though like Nintendo, yes, it's a console, but it's also a publishing company, and they always put out great games. Um, and then what is that other? There's another studio that's like, oh, CD Project Red. Yes, they had a little fumble with Cyberpunk, but they've redeemed themselves greatly from that, and they came out with The Witcher. Like those are those studios where when it's got like that stamp that's from that studio, you're like, okay, I know I'm about to have an experience. And unfortunately, I think Bethesda has lost a little faith from its fan base in recent years. But what a great way to make an announcement. I would have liked more than a giant paragraph of
yeah,
announcements, and I would have liked to
yeah.
see like stuff.
Like a logo would
But
have been nice.
yeah, a logo would have been cool. But beggars can't be choosers here. So,
No,
but fans of those games, I know they're excited, and I'm happy for them. And you know, it'll be free on Game Pass. So, yay Xbox, fuck PlayStation.
yeah, oof. You know,
Yeah.
with all the downfall of PlayStation, you'll be an absolute winner in this, Luke. Because guess who's going to die a slow and painful death if it does come out that no one's going to buy PlayStation anymore? It's going to be Naughty Dog in The Last of Us.
Yeah. Fuck them.
There'll be no
Fuck
point
them,
making
dude.
remasters anymore because no one will be playing on the console. Um,
No, they'll still
I do
do it.
think they'll try. They'll definitely try.
They'll try.
Fucking HD remastered bullshit. Um,
8K remaster.
but yeah, I will try and transition us into your question of the day by saying that like
Yeah.
the only reason why I think these games kind of go under the radar, these like Fallout games, is because there is no support from content creators. Um,
Yeah.
I don't see content in that field, and mainly because probably YouTube doesn't really push long form
Yeah.
series anymore. No one's going to watch a
Yeah.
200 part Fallout series. No one's got the attention to detail of that, and no one's going to really follow the storyline that you're trying to create.
Mhm.
So, like, although these games might appear to fall out into the distance, haha, do you see what I did there?
Yeah.
They don't get. They're still there in game sales and
Yeah.
support. But that being said, the question of the day, poised by Luke, is: who are your favorite content creators? And let's go recently. Let's go like 2025 onwards because
Yeah.
I could go forever. I could go forever.
Yeah, I
Man.
could too. Oh yeah, same here. Well, since I posed a question, I guess I'll answer it because it was kind of on my mind. The first one that comes to mind right off the bat is this really, really niche. Um, group. It's called the Dual Hemisphere Hangout. No, I'm just kidding. Um,
Oi!
yeah, no,
Fresh on the scene.
obviously, yeah. Um, no, we came out 2024, so we don't count. I'm just kidding. um, the first one when I really think of it, like every time I see their videos pop up on my sub box, it's Wolfie, like Wolfie right off the bat. Like I just he his content is just so well put together, but it's also like not super polished. It's like professional, but not like polished. Like it's got when you click on a wolf click video, it's a wolf click video. And yeah, I mean every time his videos pop up, I'm always watching them. I like that I can click on a wolf click video and I'm going to be sat there for a good portion of my afternoon because sometimes those videos are 2 hours, 3 hours long, and
Yep.
they're entertaining throughout, which is like something as a content creator myself that I want to be able to emulate is being able to hold someone's attention for longer than a traditional movie. Which absolutely like is crazy to me. I was sat there for a while for when he ranked every single Pokemon. It was like a 4-hour video.
Oh,
And
yeah, I
I
think I
sat
had that
there
in the
and I watched
background.
that for no, I sat there seated and watched that shit like for 4 hours straight and it went by. I'm like, I don't know how that happened. But another one that I've always that has kind of come onto the scene for me as well as it's kind of like a I grew up watching them, but they've transitioned themselves in such a way that it also has appealed to me now more as like an adult, and that's Smosh. I don't know if you've been keeping up with Smosh over the years,
I never
but
ever watched them, ever.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I get that. I grew up watching them as this buddy duo comedy group that came together, fell in love with their Smosh game stuff. Like I loved because I was a big gamer. So I was seeing like two of my favorite like OG YouTubers come together and play video games. It's great. But within the I want to say the last 3, 4 years, they've really transitioned themselves to like a modern day YouTube SNL. That's the best way I can describe it. Like
Yeah.
they have a cast of recurring people. They do a bunch of things. They do a bunch of games and stuff like that. One of my favorite things that they put out every single week is they do Reddit stories where they actually sit there, read these stories that are posted on Reddit, and actually give like insightful like advice, but like still keep the comedy up. I know something's funny when I actually cackle with it because I'm not a very believe it or not, guys, when I'm by myself, I'm not a very expressive person when I'm watching things. Like it's very rarely that like I express emotion when I'm alone watching like TV, like whether that be excitement, anger, laughing, sadness. Like very rarely do I express those emotions when I'm alone. So when something gets me to like laugh or gets me really excited or gets me upset, you know, that's a mark of a good thing for me. And Smosh constantly makes me laugh. I love their cast and crew. It's very diverse. And it's great because I grew out of their content and I came back thinking like, oh, Smosh is still around. That's really interesting. Let me click on it. And coming back to it as a 28-year-old at the time, and it me finding relatability to it as most of the crews are around my age anyways, or some of them are like in their mid 20s, some of them in their 30s, late 20s. Finding that relatability was like very surprising to me. So like yeah, that's another one of my sub box that I'm constantly clicking on as well. So yeah, those are two that I always am watching. Those are some of the ones I've really been enjoying as of late. And then they're not really content creators, but I fucking love watching Pawn Stars on YouTube, man. I'll sit there and watch a 4-hour montage, man, and I will sit there and I'll be seated the entire time. I love that shit. But they're not real content creators, guys. I'm just kidding on that
No,
one.
it's
I'm trying to
television. It's television,
trying to think
rewrapped.
trying to think. There's one other. So okay, so there's one more, and they're not really YouTubers. Well, they do have a YouTube channel. There's these two guys that sell Pokemon cards. They're like card shows. It's like Beard Dad and some guy named Coop. And they actually like sell like they go to like card shows and they sell like cards. But like I love watching their content not because of like them making these awesome deals. It's the way they interact with the children in the community by being so like absolutely kind to these awesome children that are coming up just like, to say hi, and like the chat's donating them $200 just so they can get their first Charizard card or something like that. Like there was one girl, like it broke my heart. I started crying because it was so beautiful. This person came up to this guy's table and wanted to get an Umbreon card for the memory of her sister passing away. Um and she was like weighing her options between like the $20 $30 Umbreon, and they show and he was like, yeah, that's really awesome, and he didn't quite get that she was saying like in memory, like oh, that she passed away. And so she's like, yeah, I can't afford this one, and she was joking about the Moonbreon, and this guy pulled out the $1,200 Moonbreon and gave it to her like that, right? And it just helps me as someone who loves Pokemon and loves the TCG and just loves everything Pokemon, seeing that there are good people out there in the community that are there to help kids get into the hobby, help people who may be a little bit lower in their luck, not give up on enjoying something that they would enjoy. Like those two guys do a really great job at that, and I like my hats off to them, keeping like the good in the community alive, and despite all the scalping, being bright spots and a community that unfortunately has been tarnished due to greed. So, but I
I
want to
feel
give a
like it's
shout out
on
to
its
those
way
guys because
back.
I hope
It's on
so.
its way
I hope so.
back. I feel like the TCG is it's losing its steam. You've got loads
Yeah.
of these scalpers now sat on product that won't budge because
Mm.
people just don't care anymore. Like
Yeah.
it's not it's not a, it's not a stock market. You can't keep it bullish for ages. If you keep it out of people's
Yeah.
hands, they'll just go somewhere else. They'll go find another
Hmm.
product that is more collectible. Well, not collectible, but like
Hmm.
more interesting to them because like
Yeah.
now I don't collect TCG cards anymore. I go and
Yeah.
find something else. I'll go play a game or
Yep.
something, do a
Hmm.
different activity than
Yeah.
and then maybe I'll come back to the TCG when the prices come back. I
Hmm.
see it in shops now, Luke. I walk through like
Yeah.
Target or a Kmart and they're there, just
Hmm.
sat in the back, but they've also upscaled the prices. So I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
paying 150 Australian dollars for an ETB. I'm just not. That's not
No, fuck that. No.
it's,
No.
I use them as
No, no,
art
no, no.
pieces. Like I'm not I'm
Yeah.
I'm not
No.
investing $120 in an art piece or
Mm.
$150 in
Nope.
an art piece.
No, thank you.
Um, but no, that's cool. I like. I do see the shorts of like trading card stands and stuff of like
Mhm.
trade ups and stuff. There is one creator that has been new to me this year. I'm. You may have seen me looking down when you were speaking. I was just scrolling
Mhm.
through my thousands upon thousands of subscriptions, and then I found that you can filter them by most relevant, which means like the ones that you
Oh,
watch the
cool.
most. Um, yeah, there's a guy that runs a channel. There's four of them called Chase After the Right Price. They're like
Mhm.
a retro game console TCG. It's more gaming than cards, but they go
Okay.
to like all these game expos and buy like old Pokemon Sapphires, Rubies.
Oh, cool.
They do like challenges where they go to game expos. It's like, can I get a console, a Nintendo console from every release, or can I get every
Mm.
limited edition DS in the region between 2008 and 2010. They'll be spending. The thing is, it catches my eye because they spend millions. They're currently on the quest to buy every physical game ever made, like
Mm.
ever. We're talking on every console. They've
Bless
got a
them.
like a tracking website. I think they've bought like
Oh,
over.
cool.
They're like maybe 25% of the way there. I think they've bought over
Mhm.
like a million games, and it's more of a
Oh, good
trade
for them.
thing. So like you could trade your
Yeah.
games in. If they already have it, they'll still buy it. They'll give you a trade-in price, and then they sell it on Whatnot, which is like the
Okay.
eBay Live or whatnot. whatever
Yeah.
that is. So I've been watching those as like a retro gaming. It's been a lot of like retro gaming stuff. Obviously, like in my top
Okay.
six is Wolfie, probably just due to watch time. Like you said, I've never seen a content creator have polish but not polish. Like you've still
Mhm.
got that feel, like you said, of a a YouTuber that's trying to do it solo. But
Mhm.
like you said, the guy comes out with hours of content. Every video is over an hour, and it blows my mind. Like I couldn't do that. I know he has a team of editors.
Yeah.
Um, Funny enough, the second one on the list is the dual hemisphere hangout. I've got to put it in there.
Yeah.
I was, I was listening to a
Woo!
podcast, which is also on this
Oh.
list called Around the Bar. It's
Uh-huh.
Optic Hitch. It's like a Call of Duty derived podcast, but he just interviews
I think
gamers. Like John Stone's been on there.
yeah, you
Um,
told me about this one before.
yeah, I was watching a podcast. He was watching Cam. I don't know who this guy is. Cam 2R, apparently massive on TikTok.
Yeah,
He
I've seen some of his videos, yeah.
Yeah, I don't go on many shorts feeds, but yeah, he went on the
Mhm.
podcast last week or the week before, and he was saying he was saying like he might start a podcast, and they were talking about uh, if the definition of an like you got in before the wave, and they were saying
Yeah.
if you're a bunch of white guys, which we are. And you're
Yeah.
over 40 episodes, you're classed as OG. So we made it, Luke. We
Yeah.
did it before it was popular.
Yeah, let's go.
Uh, um, my number one is Life of Tom, which is Tom Syndicate's vlogging channel. I've been watching that
Yes.
since 2010, so whenever he started vlogging
Mhm.
every day. Um, there's also up there like Ludwig, Shady Penguin. Shout out Fizz Jev. I've been watching him since the
Yeah.
start as well. The only Call of Duty content creator that has never
Yeah.
sold out and never changed. Um,
Mhm.
and then my personal favorite, which you name Smosh, another grail of the YouTube community, Casey Neistat. That
Yeah, yeah.
his videos are just my favorite,
Mm.
and I can't tell you why. I'm not really that
Mhm.
big on the vlogging scene, like in terms of,
Yeah.
but it. I wish I had that much creative like juices as he does.
Yeah.
Like the guy's an absolute genius. His videos, whether they be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, they're all
Mhm.
like flawless, all edited by
Yeah.
him. I'm assuming. Like there is only one way. Like he has his own editing style. He's the godfather of the vlogging scene. Like
Yeah.
it's and short movies.
Very much so. Very
But
much
yeah,
so.
I'm a
Yeah.
big Casey Neistat fanboy. That if like that's it, 'cause there's up there like right, you've got like PewDiePie. He was the first
Yeah.
like big YouTuber. Um,
Yeah.
and then you've got Smosh. There's that other channel. Well, there's Mr. Beast now. I mean, Mr. Beast took over, but I feel like Mr. Beast. He's said it himself. It's not natural growth. That is algorithmic, business-minded growth, like
Yeah.
targeted. Which I'm
Mhm.
not a big fan of. I mean, technically,
Yeah.
if you want to be big in YouTube, me and Luke could do it if we really wanted to. We could go in and spend however much on courses and learning how to do all the back end
Mhm.
algorithm type um,
Oh, yeah.
manipulation, so to call
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
That, but we also don't have the time to do that either. So
The
I've
time
not really
nor
got
the
time for
funds.
that. No. Uh, and then what's that other? There was another one that rivaled PewDiePie. It was huge. It's like an Indian channel. What's their
Oh,
name?
T-set or T-series or something?
T Series? Yeah,
T
yeah,
s
them. They were
T something? I don't remember.
massive. But this is the
Yeah.
fun thing now, right? I think it's similar in TikTok where there are probably like tens of thousands of channels that all have probably over a million, some over 10 million subscribers.
Mm.
I don't have a clue who they are. They have never
Yeah.
once crossed my algorithm or homepage.
Exactly.
And it's just
Craziness,
mental out
right?
there. It's absolutely mental.
Absolutely. Yeah, craziness. I mean, yeah, it's awesome that you mentioned Casey Neistat and like the OGs because yeah, like one of the other ones that broke my heart when I saw that they were shutting down was Rooster Teeth.
Yeah. Oh
I
man, that hit hard.
loved Rooster Teeth that's one thing people don't talk about that too. Is like when like your favorite YouTuber stop making content, right? Like that's a very real um thing. And yeah, when Rooster Teeth fell, you know, had died a very slow death, mind you. Once COVID hit, they were like I knew the writing was on the wall once COVID hit, where all their content, they had to leave their homes. They really went into podcasting. They weren't really sitting in the office playing, their let's plays and stuff like that. But yeah, that one hurt a lot. Like, see, I actually started. I don't cry a lot, but I actually started crying reading them shutting down and like hearing some of the people talk about like how much it meant to them, because that meant something to me. Like growing up watching Rooster Teeth, like from Red versus Blue to um being introduced to Achievement Hunter through Rage Quit. Just a guy
Yeah,
who's
rage
screaming,
quit.
yeah, just screaming
Michael.
at the impossible game. Yeah, and then like getting that into like knowing, like watching Gavin and all of them play like Minecraft. I've never played Minecraft a day in my life, but I was always tuned in for the Minecraft Let's Plays. And then finding my first love of podcast with the Rooster Teeth podcast was like very big to their extra live streams where they would stream for 24 hours at a time. And I would be sat for 24 hours and watching them live stream to charity and stuff like that, and celebrating like their little successes when they were first bought by Warner Brothers. Like that was a big thing for them, because again, like a lot of OG YouTubers like Smosh, a lot got bought out by these big companies that had no idea what to do with YouTube, because
Yeah.
it's a new space. And like Smosh, who did have to shut down for a little bit because their thing, their company folded, and then Rooster Teeth being then sold off to another group below them, and then getting split off and split off. It's just it was a really sad way to see them end, and I do yearn for them to come back. And it's really awesome to know that Bernie, the guy who co-founded it, came back and at least bought the IP, and like is able to and the servers with all the content so people can still watch it, and launching some of the old merch and stuff like that. But like it's awesome to know that that thing's not gone into the ether of the internet, and that someone who was a founder of it at least owns the IP and is preserving that IP, which is really awesome. But yeah, you mentioned Casey Neistat, and I just remember a podcast where they were talking about Casey Neistat and how like revolutionary this vlogging content was becoming, like on one of their podcast episodes, and that brought me to Rooster Teeth. But yeah, Rooster Teeth was like probably was my favorite, and probably my introduction to a lot of like some of my favorite YouTubers, period, and content creators, and inspired me to want to play video games, and inspired me to one day make content and stuff like that. Like it was cool. They were a big influence. So shout out to Rooster Teeth. You guys are the OGs. I miss y'all.
Yeah, they were
But
good. They were really good. I remember the first time tuning into a Rooster Teeth podcast, and I didn't really know what a podcast was. So I sat there and I'm
yeah.
like, why is this a thing? Like, why am I watching this? And don't forget, like,
Hmm.
I'm like 15, 16 at this time. Like, I
Yeah.
was like, do people just sit here and watch them talk? And then I
Hmm.
realized, oh, you're not meant to sit there and watch it. You're meant to just put it on the side monitor, and do something else and listen to it. I was like, it was revolutionary. Like,
Yeah.
16-year-old finds out that podcasting exists. It's like, because
Yeah.
I'm not downloading the podcast app as a kid. Like,
Mhm.
I'm downloading, what was I playing? Fruit Ninja.
Yep. They did an
Everyone had
immersion
Fruit
with Fruit
Ninja.
Ninja, which was super cool too.
Uh,
That yeah.
Yeah, I
Mm,
mean, what else was there on the mobile app store at the time? The app with the pint and the where you could
like
drink the pint.
yeah, Flappy Bird, Angry Birds.
And all of the,
You
like, the city
know?
builders, all of the city builders, like, I used to
Yeah.
play, like, the Jurassic Park touch point and touch
Oh yeah.
ones,
Yeah.
um, that I wasn't listening to podcasts, and then and I remember having my Marley earphones in, wired earphones in, listening to
Hmm.
God knows what I was listening to back then, like Bullet for My Valentine or fucking Avenged Sevenfold or some other emo stuff.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was, and then I just discovered podcasting through there. That I can't say it took off though, because then there's like
Yeah.
a group called Hat Films that do the Hat Chat.
Hmm.
I used to listen to that when I was driving to
Hmm.
work on weekends, and I didn't really
Yeah.
that didn't really catch on. But yeah, the Rooster Teeth actual podcast would be one that I would go back and watch multiple
Mhm.
times. I can't believe I actually forgot about Rooster Teeth. It's sad. There might be
Yeah.
there's hundreds of channels that I probably used to watch religiously that
Yeah.
I just don't remember anymore. They've gone out of
Yeah. I mean,
the crevice of my brain.
yeah. No, I mean, think about it, right? Like I was thinking about like it's funny. I'm about to like blow your mind with PokeTubers, but like I remember like obviously we have our Shady Penguin, like he's like OG that I've been watching for over a decade at this point, but like he's like one of the last ones, right? Because then there was like, you remember the Jay Witz doesn't make content anymore. He was like one of the biggest Pokemon
Is
tubers
it
ever.
is it him? He streams on YouTube now. He's been
Oh,
doing
that's great.
I think it's Jay Witz. He does he's on his like 100th attempt at Kaizo Ironmon.
Oh,
But like, yeah,
good on
it pulled
him.
up on my feed and I was like, my God, this guy used to be huge. And now he's like
Yeah,
streaming to
like
like 50 people.
yeah, like Jay Witz was one. There was Maryland. They ran like a counter website to Sarah B, and I fell in love with their Wedlock series. Like that was the first my first introduction to Nuzlocking was through Maryland. Um, and then there was one called like the National Dex where they like did like a 6-minute videos of all like the like of different Pokemon and like their base stats. And there was like a lore section and then a battle section. And like the Justin Flynn was one of my first Twitch streamers I've ever watched. He was doing Pokemon content, commentating and stuff like that. And like it's crazy again, being in the space for over 10 years is a thing to really tip your hat off to, but it's crazy to think about like you mentioned, like, people that you like, I forgot about, like, I was like, "Yeah, I remember I used to watch all these people," and then there they come, all these
Yeah.
PokeTubers came back, and
Munching
it's
Orange,
crazy.
Purple
Yeah,
Rodri, they all used to do
yeah,
the I think Purple Rodri is still going. He's playing through like Legends EA at the moment. But I used to
good
watch
for
him
him.
the OG no face cam just playing
Mhm,
through the original games as they were
yep,
intended. Like, oh yeah, man.
mhm.
There is so much there's so much to love about
Nostalgia, man.
YouTube, and I wish we could
Yeah,
go back to the times where channels were actually personal. You
yeah,
had your banners and your little
mhm,
side bits where you could
mhm,
customize everything, change all the colors on
yeah,
your channel.
oh,
Before
yeah,
thumbnails existed, and you'd
mhm,
purposely leave a bit in your video to
mhm.
pray that the auto selection of thumbnail would pick that bit so you could use it
Pick
as a
that one, yep.
thumbnail. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah,
Back when you used to have to be YouTube partner to put thumbnails
mhm,
on. So then people were signing
oh,
up with
yeah,
all these really dodgy partnership sites that could give you YouTube
mhm,
partner, but you get like paid 2 cents a video.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah,
mm,
it's such a cool space, and when you look back,
yeah,
I I still see to this day odd channels where I don't know. I think it might be YouTube like re-archiving like server
mhm,
space because I'll see channels that I haven't seen for 11 years just randomly post
mm,
like 9 videos within the space of an hour. And I think
yeah,
that's just YouTube like re-archiving it,
mhm,
or reallocating it. But it's really weird to see
yeah,
that because it's like I'm scrolling through my sub box and then it's like every other video is just 10 years old or
yeah,
11 years old, and
oh,
it,
yeah.
it throws me off a little bit.
Yeah. So that and yeah, I was wondering because that happened to me too. I was like, whoa. So yeah, it came out 12 years ago. Why is it being recommended in my sub box? But and that's cool. And I think you kind of hit the nail on the head of like missing like how when YouTube felt like a YouTuber felt like a community, a YouTube page felt like a community. I think that's one thing that we specifically try to strive for here with our content is like building a fundamental community of what we do, where we have our regular viewers that comment like every video or hop in the live stream like every stream and stuff like that. Feeling a real connectedness because I think that was one of our goals when we did this, and one of our goals that we really, or one of the things we really enjoyed about being small Twitch streamers was just that really sense of community. While it wasn't like 50 to 100 people, but the 10 to 12 people that would always be in our streams at all times was always one of them.
And
So
chat's not flying, so you can read the chat, you can interact,
yeah.
you can give that person the time because they've spent the time
Hmm.
to type that message. You could spend the time
Yeah.
replying to them and actually like getting to. It's
Hmm.
I tell you what, it's hard though. Having to run
It's
like
hard.
5 or 6 conversations in your head at the same time and remember
Yeah.
what that person said beforehand and where they're
Mhm.
trying to. Oh man, I'm not a multitasker. I'll
Hats
tell
off
you,
to it,
Luke knows I'm not a
you
multitasker.
know? I try my best. I try my best when I'm doing it myself. I'm like, "Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah." Did I say that alright? I'm sorry, did I not reply to you? Like,
What
I'll
we
forget
yeah.
to, so
But no, I think that it's a really good question, Luke, and it's not one that I
Yeah.
really expected. Like, and it's a very broad one as well. And I'd like to
Yeah,
hear
super
if
broad.
people in the comments have any channels that we haven't mentioned. Drop them in the
Yeah,
comments. I'm happy. I'm
for
always looking
sure.
to expand my YouTube sub box. I do need to
Of
cull it though
course.
a little bit because I think I'm like over
Yeah.
1,500 subscriptions now over the like the
Oof.
10, 15 years that I've been in. It's like 100
Yeah,
subscriptions a year, which isn't too bad.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm always
yeah.
looking to expand my homepage,
It's always
especially
good.
because
Yeah, sure.
one last shout out to Perkins, the Perkins Builder
Oh, yeah.
Squad, where they're building the construction YouTubers. That's the one.
Oh, yeah.
That's my recommendation for anyone. Perkins Builders. Go,
Mhm.
subscribe to them. They're good. And I'll pass it over
Yeah.
to you, Luke. You can have one recommendation, and then we can wrap it up.
Yeah. Um, if you guys don't already follow this creator, he's a friend of mine, friend of the podcast. You might have saw him when we did one spin-off episode of it, but Scooby Entertainment, Scoob,
Yeah,
one of my dear close friends. If you guys haven't checked out his content before,
just hit Twitch
it's
partnership, I believe.
hilarious. Yeah, he hit Twitch partnership. He's
Congrats,
doing
my
this
guy.
full time. Yeah, I'm very proud of him. Very, very proud of him. So definitely show him some love and support as well. And one of these days we'll get him back on here, for sure. But before we wrap up, I do want to say, Jake, what are you streaming?
Oh yeah.
You did
Oh,
not tell me.
I
I've been
almost blue
waiting in a
balled you.
whole.
I blue
I've been
balled
waiting
you.
a
It's because
whole hour.
I closed my notepad. So I closed my notepad. I was like, oh, we're done with all the talking points, and I'd done a load of transitions. No, we'll pause the wrapping up for just a small amount of time. So, as I've been watching Luke's Pokemon non-Nuzlocke playthrough stream, but also semi type of Nuzlocke rules, um, and I've been watching a lot of Platinum Kaizo recently, and I'm
hmm
missing the Nuzlocke aspect of playing through the game. So I've been doing a lot of shiny hunting recently. And I was like, how can I mix up my streaming slot a little bit to get not only me involved a little bit more, but like if chat's not popping off, and I'll just give the lurkers something to look at other than me just resetting and not talking to the screen. So I was like, how can I merge these two together? I was like, of course, there's a lovely thing introduced in the Nuzlocke community. In the words of a shiny lock, um, I will not be doing a traditional shiny lock because the game I have
Okay.
selected to do this is what is it called? It's a ROM hack of Pokemon Crystal. I think it's called like
Okay.
Perfect Crystal or something. It's made by the Smiths Plays. Basically, he's done like
Okay.
an update where it's implemented new teams, new balancing. It's basically a rebalance of Crystal to make it flow better. Um, it's now got the introduction of a hardcore Nuzlocke mode, so when something dies, it dies.
Good.
And a whole load of like level changes and Pokemon changes and whatnot. So it's basically just like enhanced Crystal. Imagine like Crystal Plus.
Okay.
The way we'll be doing the shiny lock is obviously we'll only be able to shiny hunt one and Gen 1 and 2 Pokemon that are in the game. But I'm not going to lock it to just doing full odds hunts in Crystal because the series will take years upon years upon years. So the ones
Yeah.
we've got at the moment, I've got a shiny Chikorita, I've got a shiny Poliwhirl, or Poliwag, and a shiny Gligar, all usable. So I can do it in Scarlet and Violet, I could do it in Legend ZA, I can shiny hunt wherever, and then I'm going to put that Pokemon into my ROM. And we'll be
Okay.
doing a shiny hunt through there. So it also lets the people and fans pick what's on my team. So it's
Oh,
like
fun.
they can guide the hunt. So it's like, oh, I want you to go shiny hunt for Pikachu this week, and we'll go do a shiny hunt for Pikachu. If we get the shiny Pikachu, it's on the team. Um, what I will do though is if I fail the run and we wipe, we go back. All the shinies will be in the box. So it's almost like a
Okay.
roguelike. It's gonna be like a roguelike run. The more shinies
Okay.
we get, the more we go. Um, but yeah, it's to incorporate all of our shiny hunting shenanigans into a playthrough where we can actually use the Instead of just because shiny hunting is, oh my god, there's a shiny, give it a name, and then it goes in the box and you never see it again. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's going to be. Let me double check what the actual ROM is. It's going to be a shiny lock of Crystal Legacy.
Okay.
There you have it.
There we go.
Live
Ooh,
on
Crystal
live
Lake. Oh, I'm
yesterday as this
excited.
goes past.
I'm excited. I hope you guys have I hope you guys were there because I was there and it was a good time.
I hope so, and I don't wipe
But guy
immediately.
hey, at least you know what? At least you're sticking through with it, unlike me, who was like, I just really like this game and I'm not trying to reset. I just want to keep playing this game right now.
I've just been
Which
wanting to
is
play
how
OG
Pokemon,
Crystal for the longest time, and
yeah,
Luke said before this, "You're not doing Crystal Kaizo, are you?" And I was like, "No, no, I'm not."
yeah,
It's not meant to be a difficulty hack. It's a bit like when I made Ethereal Emerald. It's a bit of fun where you've got
yeah,
a bit more scaling, and Pokemon are
yeah,
actually useful. So we should
yeah.
be able to make it pretty far.
Let's go. Well, I'm excited. I know everyone will be excited to join. And that will wrap us up for this week, guys. Keep your eyes tuned on everything on the social medias. Shorts are coming. We hit a little rock in the road on the shorts because of
Luke had to
tech
drive for
difficulties,
52
but
hours.
yes, yeah, I had to drive for
My
52
man needs
hours.
some sleep.
So so we're working on it, but be tuned for all that great stuff this week. Check out the podcast on audio, or follow us on the TikTok, Instagram, here on YouTube. If you see a short pop up, like it, share it, pass it on to your friends. Thank you guys for always tuning in, subbing, and tuning in for the streams. By the time you're seeing this, it's going to be Sunday. So there'll be two streams already happened on the weekend. And then I'll be back live Wednesday again with another stream of Pokemon Indigo, and it'll be a great on time. But until then, guys, we will see you on the next episode. Bye bye.